Hi, I'm Jack Money, business writer for the Oklahoman. Joining me to talk about the 2008 election campaign is Jim Roth, the Democratic candidate for the Oklahoma Corporation Commission, and actually Jim is the Democratic incumbent on the Corporation Commission. Jim, thanks for taking the time to visit with us today about your race.
Absolutely, Jack, thanks.
The first question that I wanted to ask you is, what would you say are the biggest issues in your campaign?
Well, really, in my service since June of 2007 through now, and the campaign, is the same issue, and that is connecting with Oklahomans about the role and the relevance of the Corporation Commission. We make decisions every day, from energy regulation to electricity issues to the safety of rail crossings across our state that impact their lives. But one of the things I've known from the beginning is that few Oklahomans know much about what we do.
What have you done to distinguish yourself from your opponent during this campaign?
Well, first of all, I think being good at the job is the best campaign asset you can have. And as I mentioned, since Governor Brad Henry appointed me, I've worked really hard to make sure that I've honored my oath, to make sure that I'm moving the state in the right direction, trying to broaden our energy horizon. So I have a record that's demonstrated by these past 18 months. I think that's one distinction. Certainly my opponent's never done the job, and so it would really be a question of record versus rhetoric. I think the public has a chance to actually see what I've been doing, and if they're happy with it, then they might ask me to continue that. Additionally, we've tried to draw a bright contrast between the ethics associated with the role of Corporation Commissioner. As you know, in covering our agency, we have to be above reproach. We have to make sure that our ethics are impeccable. I'm thankful that mine have always been that. I've had the honor to take a number of oaths and to serve the public, first as a county commissioner and now as a corporation commissioner. So in this campaign, we have pointed out the ethical lapses of my opponent while also trying to highlight that I'm a person that can be trusted.
Well, what would you say has been the biggest surprise of the campaign, either good or bad for you?
Well, in traveling the state, meeting people from Idabel to Alva and Duncan all the way to Claremore and Miami, what I have found, it's not been a surprise, but it's been a wonderful reflection on who we are as Oklahomans, that we have a lot more in common than we have different. I have been a bit surprised at the amount of hunger that's out there for people that want to know, what's Oklahoma's energy future? What can we do at the Corporation Commission? How do we help realize our full wind potential? What are the challenges for oil when it's a diminishing capacity issue for our state in terms of our production numbers? What about natural gas? It's pretty volatile pricing. We're glad for what it means to our economy in the aggregate, but when you see prices like we've seen this last year, the historic highs, it's pretty frightening.
Can't thank you enough for stopping by on your busy schedule to visit with us today.
Thank you, Jack.
I appreciate it. For more election coverage, go to newsok.com or pick up a copy of the Oklahoman.
Let's see it.